We are delighted to be joined by Kelly today from More Miles, More Fun. Kelly is a running coach and mum to almost three. So she has two little ones already and is currently 38 weeks pregnant and still keeping those miles going. So come to share her wisdom on how to safely and happily continue running right through your pregnancy, and then factoring in running with little ones. So thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
So this is your third pregnancy. Did you run through all of your pregnancies?
So the first one, I only made it to about 30 weeks and had to stop running just because
It's
the
still
the
impressive.
pressure in my hips. Yeah. Back then I didn't really know about the support bands that everyone offered. And so I stopped running around 30 weeks. With my second one, I made it a little bit longer. I think I ran until about 32 weeks. It was only a couple weeks longer. And then this one, I knew more about just how to keep my core engaged, and I did a lot of strength workout with running, so I feel like my body just overall felt better. So, still run walking, more walking now, but I did make it till about 35 weeks of straight running, so much longer than my
Oh,
last
I know,
two.
that's incredible, and especially with third pregnancy, because the difference of each subsequent pregnancy and how faster your body changes, and that pressure can come in, and the baby's, the space has already been made for that little one. So I for me, I stopped running much earlier in my pregnancy for my second baby, so I just wasn't fun anymore. I wasn't enjoying it. So
Yeah,
that's amazing achievement, so congratulations. And
thank you.
obviously uh, we will link your Instagram page so people can come and see you working with your babies, but you're still running with a double stroller now.
Yes. More like a waddle, more like a power walk most of the time, but yep, still have to bring the kids with me, especially now that it's getting nicer out and the spring weather is hopefully here to stay. So fresh air always helps.
Yeah, it makes such a difference to motivation.
It really does.
And do they enjoy it? Do they enjoy coming out with you?
They love it. Yeah, I think just because they see me running all the time, even on the treadmill, or they know like mom's leaving for a run, if we make it known what I'm doing, and they just love it. And now my oldest, who's about to turn 4, she wants to get out of the stroller and run with me. I'm like, we're not there yet, but soon. I'm hoping she'll at least be able to run a couple minutes with me here and there. But yeah,
Oh,
we
that's
bring snacks and
so
make it
nice.
fun.
and and like, for her to grow up with that expectation that you can run, and that she's, that it's fun, that it's not like just like a chore, like something you just do at school, or that it's
Right.
something that boys do. To have that incredible role model must be lovely to watch the impact.
Yeah. I'm happy they enjoy it. I feel like they make my life much easier that they enjoy getting out there with me. Or else I don't know what I'd do if they didn't enjoy it.
And what about your husband? Does he run, or is he?
He absolutely despises running. He is not a runner at all. He's more of like a weightlifter. He was in the military, and they force you to run in the military, and so I feel
Sucks the
like
joy out of it.
it really did. So I've got him to run a couple of 5K and 10Ks with me, but he doesn't like it. So
You got to find what makes you happy, otherwise it's got to be more miles, more fun, not more miles, more
exactly.
fury.
I feel like it makes our life a little bit easier too, because we don't have to schedule both of us getting a run in, especially if we're training for something. So the running is just my thing. So it's easier for him to be like, okay, you go run. He doesn't have to, wait for me to come back or anything like that.
And do you have some big goals that you're training for, like before you became pregnant, or that you're aiming for once you've had this little one?
I think so. I ran my first ultra marathon. I ran a 50K last September,
That's
so a year and a half
amazing.
ago. Thank you. It was a year after I had my son, my second. So that had been on my bucket list for a very long time. So I kind of want to run another one,
And
maybe
did
a
you
year after
enjoy
this
it?
one.
Was it
I loved it. Loved it.
so? Yeah, so that's your thing. You have a baby, and a year later, you do an ultra marathon.
Yeah. Yeah. I feel like ultra marathons, the distance is intimidating, but the actual running environment is so much more casual. You know, they're very open to walking just as long as you cover the miles because you're out on trails. And
Mm.
so I feel like honestly, it was better for me to train for that postpartum than it was to like try and PR a half marathon or a marathon or something like that.
It's amazing. Like to be able to be so confident in your body and your strength and your fitness to think, right, a year,
Yeah.
that's what I'm
It was
aiming
a
for.
journey, that's for sure.
But so, in terms of how you keep your strength up through pregnancy to make sure that you can have those big goals, what do you do? What would be your tips for other mums to be who would like to be in that same positive mindset?
Yeah, I think, strength training was something that I focused on a lot this time around because I had realized the past 2 pregnancies that I lost a lot of muscle strength, and I needed to just kinda keep that up to keep me going. So I think as even if you're a runner and you wanna run all the time, you really need to look at how your body's feeling and see if you need to complement it with strength training or cross training. I did get a Peloton bike this time around too, so I've been doing a lot of the lower impact workouts that I know have helped just keep
You
up my.
enjoyed those as much as the running?
It's not exactly the same, but it's close enough that I can bike and still get the endorphins and the sweat going. And I think it really helped me this time around instead of constantly just running. I used to only run. And now just sprinkling in some other workouts, my body seems to like it a little bit better.
Well, it's that time where you're not having that impact, and but still, I mean, they're still pretty intense, depending on
Right.
which program you chose. Because I know that, yeah, yes, the Peloton community is pretty fanatical of how just
They
how buzzy
are.
it is. Yeah, yes,
They
I
are.
have lost it after one. And do you do weight training as well, or anything else like yoga or Pilates or anything that's not impactful at all, or have you not had a need to?
I have done a couple of yoga sessions, just finding like a YouTube video of a free yoga, 30 minutes, just to stretch everything out. But I haven't really incorporated it like weekly into training. I know it would be good for me though. So that's something I need to work
Maybe
on.
for these last 2 weeks.
Yes. Yeah, exactly.
Well, we've got quite a lot of really nice breathing, mindful yoga on the Fit Mama
Yes.
side. So I will send you some links over because they're quite nice for birth preparation. But when
Yes.
you like the endorphin buzz of high impact, yeah, I know that whilst yoga's got a lot of benefits, and it's something that I've embraced a lot more in this second pregnancy because I've had
Yeah.
other physical impacts that I haven't been able to get as much of my usual workouts in. I've
Right.
enjoyed it more, but it's not a replacement when you really love to really
Right.
push yourself.
It works for now.
Yeah, we'll see how we go afterwards, but yeah, I'm excited to get back out. Yeah, the buzz of running is a unique one.
Yes, it is.
And what would your best advice be for somebody who wants to, they've just found out that they're pregnant and they want to continue running and they want to do it safely and make sure that they're looking after their pelvic floor and their core? What would your best advice be?
Yeah, I think after you talk with your doctor about just, working out in general and if everything's good to go, I think just focusing on strength with your running is really important because you need to keep up your body to make sure that it can cover the impact of the miles and things like that. I would also invest in maternity wear. I know a lot of pregnant
Definitely
moms that
recommend that
just,
too.
yes, I, they did not tell me to say that, but um, I know a lot of pregnant moms that try and keep, even if your clothes still fit, they try and keep running in their normal clothes, and then they start to get the round ligament pain. You can kind of feel the cramping, your stomach's growing, and the maternity leggings and a support band really, really helped me just keep everything in place and stable enough to keep covering miles.
And I think being confident then,
Yes,
the mental support it can give you is not to be underestimated as well, because then you
right?
feel like you're tucked in and secure.
Yeah. And shirts that fit will always make you feel better.
Yeah, I mean, even if you've got the cutest little bump in the world, you don't necessarily want to be like flashing it on when you're out and about. Um,
Especially when you're on your third.
and you have to increase your levels of like your warm up, your stretching, your post run, your cool downs. How do you make sure you stay you look after your body as or do you do that as part of the run in terms of how far you're pushing yourself? How have you adapted for that for pregnancy?
Yeah, I think, because I ran a half marathon at 28 weeks and I trained for that, but after I ran that, there's really nothing besides just the active running that I've been training for. So I didn't really focus on like dynamic warm-ups or anything like that, but I did do, like I would walk and then slowly jog to ease into my run just to make sure, you kind of have to get into tune with your body more when you're pregnant. And so I would ease into my runs just to kind of see, like, how is my body feeling today? Is it going to, keep me up for however long I wanted to go? And then obviously just listening to your body on when it's time to slow down, and a lot of walk breaks I've been taking, especially these last couple weeks. So yeah, just listening to your body to know that you're feeling good at the start. You don't wanna start running and be like, "Oh, I don't like the feeling of this."
Yeah, you're halfway round and you've got no choice.
Right.
And how will you build into it once you've had your baby? Do you know what kind of baby you're going to have?
We don't. So
Going to be
this
a
one's a surprise. Yeah, we
so
already have
once
1
you
boy,
have
1 girl.
so one for luck.
Yes.
So once you have a baby surprise, how will you how what kind of time frame do you think you'll be looking to try and get back to it? And obviously a year postnatal for ultra is quite an aggressive timeline. But the first couple of weeks, what do you do to make sure that you stay safe?
Yeah, so, first I wanna say that everyone's different. So, I'll tell you what my experience has been, but your body may feel completely different, or even you may be able to get back to it faster than I did. So, my first 2 pregnancies, I started running right when they gave me the okay to run at 6 weeks, and that was one of the biggest mistakes I've ever made. I just wasn't ready yet. Even though they clear you, they don't really know how your body's feeling or even just the impact of running itself. So, I tried running after 6 weeks, and then I was like, "Oh, not a good idea." Stopped for 2 more weeks, tried again at 8 weeks. I felt a little bit better, but there was a lot of walking going on, and I would really say I really started to actually do real workouts after the 3-month period. I would say 3 months was kind of my sweet spot, and then I was able to really get some use out of a workout instead of just trying to, like, navigate how my body was feeling.
Yeah, get that
Um,
rehabilitation through.
Yeah, so this time around, I have learned my lesson. I am going to be as patient as I can be and not try and run when they give me the clear. I'm gonna know just to wait for a little while longer. So we'll see. I mean, I may wait the full 12 weeks before I even try anything. Um, we'll see how my body's feeling.
Well, I will be watching your progress and seeing how you track, watching as you get back to it and seeing how you go with your ultra marathon. plan. So
Yeah.
it's, I mean, it's an amazing, it's an incredible inspiration, but I mean, it would be incredible even if you put it off for 2 years to, to be able to plan that time in, and you're managing a family and doing it in a way that's sustainable for your body. So,
Right.
yes, we've really, really enjoyed your motivational content, because I think as well for many people, even just to see that it's possible that as a mum, you're pregnant, you've got 2 kids, you're managing, you're coaching in your house and your training. Um,
Hmm.
so I think it's great for other mums to see what was possible, and to know that you can, and to get joy from it, because you're always so uplifting in what you post. So really appreciate
Thank you.
sharing your journey, and yeah, we've really enjoyed being able to have these conversations with you. So thank you so much.
Thank you.
And yeah, good luck with baby number 3, and we're excited to see how you go afterwards.
Thank you. And you too. I'm excited for your baby coming up.
Yeah, me too. Oh, thank you so much.
Thank you.